My name is Kelly McCarty. I'm one of the providers at Integrated Wellness and Mental Health, and this is the second installment of Let's Talk About Wellness. Today's topic is going to be sleep. I'd say probably 80 to 90% of you who come into the office have problems with sleep. It is a very common complaint that we get. Trouble falling asleep, trouble staying asleep, early morning awakenings where you can't go back to sleep. This is a real issue, and as someone who has struggled with it for years and years, I wanted to take a few minutes to share with you what I have learned in the past few years as someone who struggles with insomnia, but also as a provider who prescribes medicine to help with sleep. We know that our circadian drive, our 24-hour biological clock, helps to promote sleep. It is our sleep-wake clock, and there are lots of factors that can affect our circadian rhythms. The most prominent is amount of light exposure. So what time of day, when you get up, are you exposed to light? How long are you exposed to light during the day? This seriously impacts your sleep drive and the release of melatonin. Most of you probably know what melatonin is. It's an over-the-counter supplement, but we also naturally produce it in our bodies. And there are ways that we can promote that production. So, going back to the circadian rhythm, it's affected by your exposure to light, affected by the number of hours you're awake during the day, your physical activity level or lack of, your nutrition and diet, substance use, stress. All of those things affect our circadian rhythms and therefore our drive for sleep. And we know that sleep is important. Poor sleep is associated with mental health issues like anxiety, depression, increased substance use, and decreased cognition or ability to think clearly. It's also a risk factor for a lot of medical issues like cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, and obesity. So we know sleep is important. It matters. Did you know that there are behavioral modifications, things you can do to help promote good sleep? Small changes you can make. Now, I'm going to list quite a few. If you listen to my last podcast, you remember we talked about we are a work in progress. We are not perfection. When we aim for perfection, we set ourselves up for failure. So as you listen to these different things that you can do to help naturally promote sleep in your body, I do not want you to get overwhelmed and feel like you have to make all of these changes at once. Small, subtle changes that you can incorporate into your routine are what is going to set you up for success. So let's talk about sleep hygiene. Sleep hygiene is just behaviors that you do, things that you can do to promote good sleep. The first one I'm going to talk about is staying on a schedule. For a lot of people, this is counterintuitive. When we can't sleep well, we want to take every opportunity we can to sleep in on the weekends, to take naps when we can, because we're tired. It makes sense. However, the research shows if we can stay on a schedule and make sure our bedtime and our wake-up time fall within 1 hour of each other all throughout the week. So bedtime is somewhere between 10 and 11 every night. Wake-up time is somewhere between 6 and 7, 7 and 8, whatever your wake-up window is. If we can maintain that and stay consistent, it will help drive your sleep cycle. It will help increase your drive to go to sleep, and then the amount of deep sleep you're getting. Along with that goes naps. So naps are fine as long as they fall under 30 minutes. Anything over 30 minutes decreases the body's ability to drive you to sleep at night. So we want to avoid those long naps. The other thing I want to talk about is substances. So substances like alcohol, which sometimes we use to help us sleep, but is really not helpful for deep, restful sleep. Alcohol, nicotine, caffeine. Those are some of the big ones. If you can avoid those within 2 to 3 hours of bedtime, it can be helpful to help drive your sleep, to help you get deeper, more restful sleep. Now, as you get older and your metabolism decreases, you may need to make that 5 or 6 hours, avoiding those kinds of things, because those things stay in your system longer as we get older. And we want to make sure nothing is interfering with our natural sleep drive. The other thing is exercise. Now, if you followed last time, if you heard me last time, we talked about lots of benefits of exercise, but one of those is also better sleep. Exercise is proven to push and motivate that sleep drive in us and to promote deeper, better quality sleep. It does matter, though, when you are exercising. Exercising too close to when you go to bed actually can interfere with your body's sleep drive. So we want to avoid exercise within a 2 to 3 hour window before we go to bed, and make sure that we are doing it in the right time frame to best help us get good sleep. We also want to make sure that our bedroom is a place that our mind subconsciously associates with sleep and rest. You don't want your brain to associate your bed with restlessness, with racing thoughts, with stress. The bed should only be used for sleep and sex. That's it. Now, what that means is, if you are someone who likes to lay in bed and just wait for sleep to come, and you struggle falling asleep at night, you don't stay in bed longer than 30 minutes if you can't sleep. After 30 minutes, you get up, you go to the living room, you go to the den, somewhere else in the house, to do something relaxing like read, listen to music, something that helps you calm down. And then when you feel very tired again, go back and get in bed and try it again. Now, this habit is definitely the hardest one for me to follow. And it also seems counterintuitive to me because I want to lay in bed until my body sleeps. But what I found was when I can practice this habit consistently, within a week, I see a difference in my ability to fall asleep. It does take a little discipline, though. I hate to break it to you. The other thing is to avoid blue light. So blue light is TVs, phones, iPads, laptops, any of those things where you're staring at a screen actually inhibit your body's natural release of melatonin. Scientifically proven. We know melatonin helps us to go to sleep. So if we're doing things that inhibit that or make it less in our bodies, so we don't have as much, we're not going to sleep as well. Research shows all of these screens cause decreased melatonin production and release. So, 1 hour before bed, staying away from those, if you can, and be consistent in that, can be helpful over time with your sleep. Now, as someone who struggles with insomnia, there are a lot of negative thoughts and attitudes, misconceptions about sleep. I have thought about all of them probably, at one time or another, laying in bed and unable to sleep. So I do also want to say, one of the things I recommend is an app that was actually put together by our Veterans Administration. It is called CBT-I, and it is therapy that targets thoughts about insomnia and sleep, available in the palm of your hand. Check it out if you haven't. If this is a struggle for you, this could be something that's helpful. I finally want to say that at Integrated Wellness and Mental Health, we are happy to prescribe sleep medication to help you in the process of trying to get better sleep. We believe that it can work well with behavior modification to offer you the best chance to improve your sleep. You can call us at 318-2828 to set up an appointment if you're interested. Now, like I said last time, if there are other topics that you would like me to discuss further in future episodes, please feel free to leave those topics in the comment section below. And I look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye, y'all.